Hey everybody, Tom Zenner, Jetset TV. We are at NBAA in Vegas, the Las Vegas Convention Center. This is a huge space for anyone that's been in it. We are in the flyExclusive booth with the man who started this company and has taken it to the top. Jim, first of all, congratulations. This is more than just a show for you guys. I know yesterday, at the start of the show, you had a big announcement that you're procuring some more aircraft, right? That was a big announcement. 44, is that the number?
We've got $600 million of airplanes on order coming from Textron here over the next 2 to 3 years. So super excited about what we got going on there and continuing to evolve our fractional business and really transition the business in that direction. So really excited about the airplanes coming.
It's an amazing story, you know, what he's done with this company. Nice ad in Jetset magazine. This looks great. How many planes do you have in the air right now, would you guess?
At any given time, there's probably somewhere, during the day anywhere, about 15 airplanes. But just last week, we broke 100. So we've got 100 jets on certificate today, still adding about 15 to 20 a year, and plus the new airplanes that are on order. So rapidly growing the business even now today.
Man, there's probably no more complex business when you think of the logistics of having these aircraft all over, a fractional service which you offer. Now the company's going public, so you're dealing with the SEC and lawyers and attorneys and accountants nonstop. But the journey's been incredible. You've owned this company for what, just over 8 years?
Just over 8 years, and I love that word, the journey. That's one of the things I've enjoyed the most about the business and growing it. We did just finish we submitted our proxy to the SEC today along those lines, and hope to have a response from them sometime in the next 10 days. And if it goes the way we expect, we'll be ringing the bell on the New York Stock Exchange in about 30 days.
That's got to be a dream come true.
Super excited about it.
I mean, you started your first business. You've been in, you grew up in aviation, I take it, right? You got your pilot license before you were 20?
Got my pilot's license at 19, have about 10,500 hours, type rated in almost every airplane we have. Still fly about 250 hours a year for all these meetings and everywhere else the business takes me.
Wow, so when you come to Vegas from North Carolina, you're flying personally?
Absolutely.
Wow. What, any downtime?
Not much.
Okay. You know, it is incredible. When you got your pilot's license at the age of 19, what was the plan? Did you want to be a commercial pilot? What were you thinking?
I literally did it, had no intention of being in the business. I did it just for fun. And I think that's a big part of the success of it is it's a passion. You love what you do, you can work hard at it. And there's no shortage of an opportunity to work long hours in this business.
Right, but there's no way you could fathom what you've turned this into.
No way. In fact, I remember looking up at airplanes in the hangar where I was getting my pilot's license and looking up at King Airs and going, I'll never be able to fly something that big. It's been a pretty crazy journey.
Right, and now, I mean, is there any correlation between being a great pilot and a great businessman? Are there some similarities? It's a little bit more a loner activity when you're at the front of an airplane.
I actually think that being a pilot is the one place that I get to go and separate from having to be a businessman. You almost have to compartmentalize it because you're up there. That's the responsibility. You have to provide that safe transportation for whoever happens to be in the back of the airplane. I mean, of course, knowing the business at the level that I do because I've got so many hours flying, I've done every piece of the business.
Right.
I've flown our customers, I've been to the places they go, I've flown in the back, I've flown in the front, and so I kind of know the business inside and out, and that's given me an advantage. But as far as flying and running the business, two pretty different things.
Two pretty different things, but you're all probably still responsible for a lot of people at that business. You've built this culture, and what, 800 plus employees now? So a lot of people depend. 800. And plus, I can't even imagine where your business is located, the percentage of people that actually work for you. I mean, this has got to be a big part of the local economy.
Yeah, I don't know what percentage of the local people work for us, but I would say we're approaching the largest employer in the area, and nearly 800 employees at this point, and growing fairly rapidly still.
How do you differentiate what you do compared to, say, a NetJet or some of the other fractionals? And you started small, so they weren't your competition right away. Now they are, right?
I mean, I'd like to think, we consider them a competitor. I'm not sure they consider us much of one yet. They're two great companies, and we'd like to be more like them than different. And I think the kind of the goal for us is to be in the decision set. I think there's going to be, we hope to be one of the very large fractional providers with the airplanes we have on order and future ones we expect to order as well. And so when a customer decides to make a decision, we want to be in that decision set. NetJet, FlexJet, us, I think they do a great job, and we're a somewhat smaller company at the moment, and but we have a terrific culture of customer service and how we want to deliver for our clients. And I think that'll, if there's a way we want to differentiate, is a terrific a job as they do, that would be it.
I like the turbulence we're feeling here. Is this to simulate something at 30,000 feet?
Yeah,
do they get earthquakes in Las Vegas?
Is our booth falling apart up here or something? But
you know, we've had the opportunity, and I have, just from being in this business for a long time, to talk to a lot of successful people, a lot of people that have built amazing companies. It's never as easy as people think it is, right? You don't just start and go public. Have there been some valleys here, some things to overcome?
When COVID came through, we had 47 airplanes parked on the ramp at one time and losing about $250,000 a day. And it wasn't very long into that, I thought that, I called my mom and said, look, I think I can make it 60, maybe 90 days. I said, but you might want to get my bedroom cleaned out for me. Looks like I'm moving home soon. So there's lots of bumps along the road of trying to build this thing.
Yeah, it takes perseverance. It takes a lot of faith. And you've got to have a great product, something that can overcome, business turbulence or whatever that is.
Well, and a huge part of it would be world-class people and a team of people that are pulling in the right direction. And we've got a really great staff that just doesn't quit, doesn't give up, stood with us, and we didn't lay anybody off or fire anybody through COVID, and they all stepped up and made the business work.
All right, so this isn't your first rodeo. I know you started a business. You became a pilot at 19, and then you got into the business world and in aviation and started your first company at 22, and then sold it to Delta.
I did.
It's an incredible success story. What did you learn from that? What were you able to take to turn this into the behemoth that it's becoming?
So I would, somewhat being funny, I think we screwed it up every way you could screw it up in the first time. All we're trying to do now is make new mistakes.
Maybe but there is some truth to that, isn't there?
A ton of them. I mean, we operated, when we sold the business, 17 different types of airplanes. So when we did this one, the intention was to operate just citations, one type of airplane, be the expert in those airplanes. And I thought when we did that we would actually grow much, much slower. It actually had the exact opposite effect. Because we were the citation experts, everyone that had a citation said, those are the people you go see if you want them to, if you have a citation. So it actually made us grow a lot faster than even what I anticipated. But having, we only operate with, I think we're the second largest operator of citations in the world at this point, a distant second, but still second. And having that one type of airplane gave us the expertise from everyone, from accounting to flight control to the pilots to the training. Made us experts in that field and was a big benefit.
Sure. Okay, going public, huge next step for you. Going to open up a whole new world of capital, things you can do. So what are the growth plans? Where are you taking it?
We're going to maintain our discipline and do very much what we're doing today. We will invest in our product, new airplanes. We'll continue to invest in IT. And in our people. We're not intending to go buy a bunch of operations or fragment the business. Our superpower is our consolidation into one location and our people, and that I can walk around the office and see everyone that's in there every day. And it makes a massive difference in who we are.
Do you ever want to just be a CEO that enjoys the ride, the plane ride, not flying the plane? I mean, maybe catch a nap, maybe watch a movie, do something like that?
It's pretty difficult for me to go sit in the back of the airplane these days. You get where you're very comfortable being up there in control and making those decisions about, are we going to fly around this storm, or are we going to go over this storm, or what are we going to do different in this turbulence or what have you. So I'm very comfortable sitting up front.
It's a metaphor, right? Almost driving a business, avoiding the storms, avoiding danger, getting down safely.
I guess that's the similarity between running the business and flying that you were looking for.
Well, hey, we love the relationship we have with you. Man, if we come back here next year, who knows, right?
Hopefully we're just bigger, but doing exactly the same thing. We haven't lost any of our identity. We've maintained the culture, even with going public. And like I said, I think we're 30 days away from hopefully ringing the bell in the New York Stock Exchange. But we don't want to change who we are or how we got here. Well,
success starts at the top, and I can see why you guys are doing so well. Pleasure to meet you, Jim.
Thank you for having me.
All right, Tom Zenner, Jetset TV.